Hello, I don't know how well this is going to turn out because I'm filming this in my digs and the light's not brilliant. The phone's on charge, so it's probably about to die any minute. Anyway, I've just got back from Abakhan warehouse sale and I thought I'd like to, I'm basically just unpacking now and thought it might be nice to show you what I got while I sort of unpack and have a look myself. So there was kind of two parts to my trip. The first one was the warehouse sale, which was just super ridiculously bargainous. We had to get there really early. We got there for about 10 to 8 in the morning, which meant leaving this place at about 10 to 7. We're staying in Chester. We had to get a train and then a taxi to Flint, to Mostyn, sorry, in North Wales, which is where Abakhan is. But the biggest site, the headquarters. So I'll show you the stuff that I got from the warehouse sale, and then I'll probably split this and show you the stuff that I got from the dressmaking section of the main shop, which is still bargainous but just not as ridiculously stupidly bargainous. So first things I got, I'm going to lift up the phone and show you. Actually, here we go. So I've been wanting some fabric paint for ages and they're quite expensive from craft shops and Amazon. I managed to get 12 bottles for the colours that I got. They were £1 each, so I thought I'd just get a few while I could. That green's nice, isn't it? It's kind of like an olivey green. And yeah, I got a couple of neutrals, white, red, orange. Brilliant, £1 each. Second thing I got was, I mean, you're a bit limited here. The thing that limited you was how much you could carry, because there was these amazing bags of trim and there was so much stuff like lace and stuff that I really wanted and I would have bought definitely, and there were rolls of elastic and things, but these bags were like this, you can't see my hand there, no, this big. I just want to put it back there. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. So these bags were enormous and I was thinking not only about getting it home, and obviously my faithful sidekick Ian was going to carry it, but where do I put it? You know, I live in a flat. You know, I don't have a shed, a wongling shed. If you can hear noise, these walls are quite thin, and there seems to be a teenager in the bedroom next door, and there's a lot of shrieking going on there. So yeah, I kind of picked up one of these bags of trim and in the end I just put it back because I thought I don't need this, I just want it. So this is one that I think I'll get used for. So this was a bag of overlocker cones, thread cones. I mean, look at the size of this missus. So this whole bag was £1.50. There's like a brown, a grey. I picked the neutral ones basically because I know I'll use them. It's got a teal in it. Sorry, you can't see the colours very well. That's like a taupe. And a grey. So that was amazing. So I got a bag of zips, which was also £1.50 I think, for 50 zips. I mean, it's just ridiculous when you think about zips. I remember going into Ray Stitch at Islington because I needed a zip once, and I think for an invisible dress zip it was £5. So I've got loads here, and yeah, I might not use all of them, but there'll be quite a few that I do want. So right, onto the fabric. I don't know if that is better because it's overexposing quite a bit. I've moved my setup. My setup is a box of Belvita biscuits with a phone propped on top. Yeah, I've moved it to try and get better light so that you can see. Let's see when I look at the fabric. Ta-da! Inside the warehouse, as well as, so there were kind of bins full of the haberdashery, and then bins full of fabric as well, and they were doing the filler bag thing, and I think they've probably learned a bit from previous sales that they've done, because it used to be £5 and £10, but anyway they were doing £7.50, and the stipulation was you had to be able to close the bag. So I asked if that was okay when I took it up, and they said yeah. So I got all this for £7.50, and I'll take you through it now. So the first thing I've got is some brushed cotton in a kind of mustard, and that is just for some slobbing around the house trousers. There's a piece there, it's probably about 1 metre or 1.2, which is just about enough. This is also brushed cotton, and it's a brown and black check, and again that is just for slobbing around the house trousers. This is, I'm assuming it's so it's very silky and it creases a lot, so I assume it's like a viscose mix. They weren't catalogued according to fabric type. It was just all mixed up together. I mean, there was basically dress fabrics, and then there was, in some more bins, there was home fabrics, upholstery fabrics. So I mainly, well, I didn't look at the upholstery fabrics. So yeah, this, I'm assuming it's like a polyviscose mix, but it looks like, in fact it's a twill, as you can see the weave. That colour's accurate, by the way. Now I've changed the setup round. It's really, really thin and light, and so I'm just going to make some, again, they might turn out to be, like, I never do anything apart from slob around the house, so I may as well have nice clothes to do it in instead of my flipping pyjamas all the time. But I don't know, you probably remember me moaning about it in videos from last summer, but our flat, love it, but it's got big old windows down on one side of it, and it's boiling all summer long. It's so well insulated, and it was just like, it was over 30 degrees inside last summer, and it was a bit unbearable. So I'm going to make some like loose drawstring type trousers out of that. This is a poly stretch, actually no, sorry, it's a stretch woven, it's not a knit fabric. I really like the colours, and I like the geometric type prints, and I thought, if I made a top out of that, I could see myself wearing that quite a bit. So there's about 1.5 metres of that. Hope you've got plenty of time on your hands, because we're not even a quarter of the way through this bag yet. Oh, by the way, the staff were absolutely brilliant. They were so nice and supportive. I had to take my stick because I've been going really wobbly, as well as my back pain. If I stand for too long, I get faint. So I've been taking my stick just for a bit of extra support. And it's a bit of like a blessing and a curse at things like this, because you think, well, I need it for support, but on the other hand, it's quite difficult to manoeuvre a trolley, carrying a trolley and looking through big bins when you're trying to carry a stick. But the staff were so supportive. They kept on checking, see if I was all right, and see if I need somebody to help carry bags from A to B, which was all fine because Ian was on hand, and that was all great. But the fact is that they volunteered, and I didn't actually think that they were volunteering just because I'd got a stick. I think they were just volunteering because they could see I was on my own, and they just couldn't have been more helpful and nice and sweet. And actually everyone there that I met was so chatty and friendly and nice. And you know, in the warehouse we've got talking to other people and what sort of sewing do you do, quilting, dressmaking, have you been to these before, you know, hearing about where everybody came from, listening to most of the accents. They were all from around the kind of northwest or North Wales area. Quite a few people travelled from places like, I don't know, Stockport or Macclesfield, so they were all quite like interested and laughing when I told them that we'd done this epic sort of 2-night trip from London. You know, it is, I got some bargains and the fabric is cheap, but train tickets, 2 nights in an Airbnb, and I had to get numerous taxis. It doesn't work out cheap, but it was absolutely, it was such fun. You know, this is my birthday trip and this is what I wanted to do. Since Christmas, I think I've been out the house about 3 times. It's been really, really grim. Obviously, I've been so low. My health's been so shite. I can swear, can't it? That's my video. My health's been so shite, and waiting for tests and stuff, which really gets you down, doesn't it? Because you're kind of worrying, and so this was just such a nice thing to do. So on to my next. This is a knit fabric, very, very stretchy, geometric. I don't know what I'll make out of this. To be honest, this one might be the one that got away. Maybe I won't make this into anything, because it's quite sheer. So even if you were going to make a tube dress, I think you'd need to line it. I don't know if I could really be asked to do that. So, but you know, you've got these bins of fabric and you kind of got to make decisions. It's difficult to know what you will and won't use. This is gorgeous fabric. This feels like some kind of, actually it's a spandex cotton. I was going to say it felt like quilting cotton, but you've got these, it's navy blue. Sorry, that's overexposing it there. It's navy blue with these blue and grey dots, and I thought, oh, that's nice. And then I looked further down and actually go into it like a leopard printy thing. Oh, but I've just realised there's like a white line running through it. Oh, well, maybe that's a fault. Who knows? Seems strange. Anyway, I don't know, maybe it's not because there's one on, no there isn't, because there's one on the other side as well. Well, I'll see, but it's got a lot of stretch in it. It's actually, it might be bengaline, which I never know what to make with bengaline. I could actually make some dungarees. This is dress print cotton, I think, but you could actually use it for quilting cotton as well. So it's just a large piece of red and, I can't quite see it, that's about as good as you can see it, red and white check. This is pink and white diamond, sort of the pattern in the diamonds is kind of like a, sorry, bit of thread, like a Moroccan type tile print. I thought it just would make like a nice sort of floaty, thin straps, beachy sort of summer dress, long summer dress. Now I'm really, really pleased with this, because when I went into the main shop, I saw this was still in the bins of dress print cotton, so that meant it would have been £20 something a kilo, and I got it as part of the filler bag. And it's just a lovely aqua-y green grid print with flowers on. I think that's really nice. These pieces, they're all quite a good size as well. They're not like remnants. Nothing's less than 1 metre. And there, I think that's probably this, probably about nearly 3 metres of that. This is like a panel print. It might be quilting cotton actually, because I'm wondering if it's supposed to be in fat quarters. But you can see that I love the flowers on it. But that looks like a sort of, looks like a linen actually, but I think it probably is cotton. Now this was less than 1 metre, but I actually bought it to trim. It might be 1 metre actually. I bought it to trim something else with, because I bought the white version of this when I went to Abakhan in Shrewsbury, and it's basically the same but white with red flowers with white middles, I think, or white flowers with, no, black flowers with red middles. I can't remember. It's like the flip side of this, and I thought this would make a nice bodice part and then have the white one in the skirt. The one that I really like, I saw somebody, I don't know who, there was somebody on Instagram that I follow, and she made a dress out of this, and I love these flowers. I think they're called, I want to say la 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 la. It's a Latin name and it begins with L. Anyway, they're called egg yolk flowers, fried egg flowers, that's it. And it reminds me of those, and I just love it because they could be flowers, but they could also be fried eggs, couldn't they? And you could be wearing a dress covered in fried eggs, which is quite funny. Now, because I feel like Mr. Ian deserves something for... You can't see my face on this, can you? Sorry. Well, you can see it's just this mouth in fabric. Yeah, I feel like Mr. Ian deserves something for all the devoted carrying duties that he does. I bought him, he really likes floral things, and he likes Hawaiian print flowers. And I found this, and it feels like silk, but I'm assuming it's a poly type blend. But it's really cool. It feels cold to the touch like silk, and I thought that, you know, I was talking about how hot it was in the house, and I've made him like house trousers in linen and stuff, and I thought these would be great for the summer. And it says, got writing on it, and it says River Woods, whatever that means. Sometimes the selvage tells you something, but it doesn't say anything. Be nice to know where some of these come from, wouldn't it? Right, we're nearly at the end of these. That's better. We're nearly at the end of the filler bag ones. I bought this, and it's just cotton, and I bought it for quilting really, because I like to put grey in quilts. But it's really nice, and it feels like a cotton lawn actually. It feels quite light. Finally, I saw this and I thought I'll have some of this, and then I thought not only will I have some, I will buy some for my sewing wife Chantal, because I can really see her in it. In fact, I can see her in it more than I can see me in it. And it is this lovely, it's not just lemons, it's pink lemons. I've seen that lemon fabric was everywhere last summer, but I never seen the pink one before, and I just thought it was so nice. So I bought 2 pieces, and they're probably about 2.5 meters each. So I've not added up how many meters that is. There, I don't know, 40, probably more, for £7.50, and it's not rubbish, you know. It's all nice stuff that I will, like I said, there's probably only one that I'm looking at it now thinking, well, maybe second thoughts. But the other thing that I'm going to mention on this bit of the video is they also had like bagged up fabrics that were, they got some little, I took a few photographs. I didn't take loads because it was quite busy, and I don't really like taking photographs that have got people in it if they haven't consented to having their photograph taken. But I did try and take a few. But anyway, on Abakhan's site is basically like a woman there said to me, and she got it 100% right. She said it's like a theme park, and it totally is. So there's several buildings. The main building's got on the ground floor is upholstery fabrics. On the first floor is dressmaking fabrics and trims, and then there's another shed that's crafts and habby, and there's another one that's yarn. So there's just absolutely loads. In fact, I didn't get time to go around them all because I was knackered. I'd kind of had enough we got there at 8, before 8, and then by 12 I was tired, very tired. So but outside they've got these, I don't know what they're called, like market stalls with bins full of things, and they bagged up fabrics, and these were £2.50, and you could only really tell what they were like just by looking through them. So it's got this grey crepe, and it's very kind of coarse. I can't really see myself using this because I can't imagine it would feel very nice against your skin. I think this is destined for the fabric graveyard. I'm only opening it now because they're all heat sealed, so you can only, like I say, you can only look in from the outside. So let's see how much of this. Right, so that's just a remnant. That's like ½ metre there. This is some cream lace that I did want. I'll open it out so you can see the weave properly. That's the design, and it's like an ivory cream colour, and I would quite like to make a little top or dress out of this for the summer, because I absolutely love white dresses in the summer and I can't get enough of them. And if they're kind of a bit vintagey, cream looking, then that's so much the better. So I might make one out of like Swiss dot or broderie anglais or something and use this on the bodice part, or use it on the skirt part, because there is about 120 centimetres of that. But the main reason I picked this bag of fabric was because I could see that there was some red stretch scuba in there, and I wanted some because I don't know if you can see, folks, but I'm wearing this lovely turban which I knocked up yesterday morning before we went for the train. There's a great tutorial on YouTube that I shall post the link to in the notes, in the show notes below. And so I made this black one yesterday, and I want to make a red one. So I bought this red, about ½ metre. Anyway, perfect amount for that, and it's just the right sort of stretchiness as well. So that's what I got from the warehouse sale. If you want to see what I got from inside Abakhan, then click on the next video.